Many trauma survivors go through some extreme health issues, and it can feel very lonely when you're going through it. I'm so happy that I have my friend Anita here today. She's going to share about how she overcame something that was extremely hard in her life and how she's now helping others to do the same. So, thank you, Anita, for being here.
Thank you for having
Of
me.
course. So, can you tell us about what happened in your life and how you got to this place and where you're going from here?
My name is Anita Arredondo. Thank you for having me. And I thought I was in the best shape of my life way back when. I've had my struggles with weight gain, weight loss, and had finally felt like I was in the best shape of my life and had my mammogram at 41. Didn't have it at 40. I waited because, when you make the appointment, it takes you 6 months just to get
Yes.
in somewhere. So I had my mammogram, and they called me to come back. It was, suspicious. But prior to that, I had melanoma in my back. So I am prone to skin cancers. So I've had quite a lot cut off of me. Um, and my dermatologist thinks that there was some connection. But I had my mammogram, and they asked me to come back, and they said, after everything, biopsies and everything, they said I had breast cancer. And I remember vividly, I was in the I was grocery shopping at Publix. Had my cart full, everything, and they called and they said, "You need to come in." And I said, "Well, I'm not coming in because, that's just me." I'm like, "Nope, not coming in. You're going to tell me on the phone." And they said, "It's not good. It's cancer. We need to talk to you and your husband." And so I called my husband, and my daughter was at daycare at the time. And I told him, and he goes, "Well, you need to just drop the grocery cart and you need to come." I go, "No, I'm going to finish." So I think maybe I was in a little bit of shock, but I finished the
Mhm.
groceries. I went home. He's flipping out. I'm just putting the groceries away. And then we took off. We went, and they had to do some more biopsies, but it ended up being stage 2B invasive lobular carcinoma, which is when the cancer is not contained and it goes into the tree branches. So like you
Mm.
have like these tree branches
Yeah.
inside of you, and it wasn't a good one. So I opted for a double mastectomy, a year of chemo, multiple reconstructive surgeries. Changed me. It totally changed me. Changed who I was and who I am now. So it's been a journey.
So what was your mindset through that time? I mean, as a woman, our breasts are part of us, and
Mhm.
when they're suddenly gone, I know that has to be hard. Is there some memories of things that you can think of, that feelings that you went through during that time?
I remember I had a friend, and I had not shown my husband anything, when everything came off. I had, drains coming out of me, like 6 drains that I had to empty the fluids, and it was not a pretty situation. And I had a friend came into my bedroom, and we unwrapped, and it was like an aha moment for
Yeah.
me. I'm never going to be the same. You're doing this Oprah thing, like you're going to make me cry.
Oh.
But it was an aha moment that I was never going to be the person I was. I was never going to be. I felt like I was never going to be whole
Mm.
again. And that we cried, we hugged. I ended up, you know, later on having the courage to show my husband because it's hard. Their husbands are out there; they're supposed to be providers and caregivers, and he really took the word caregiver to an extreme,
Mm.
taking care of our child, taking
Yeah.
care of me. And I say that they don't get enough credit
Yeah.
because without him, I wouldn't have made it through some of the deepest, darkest times in my life. And I do remember one thing that he said to me. Um, we sat there, and I was like, I mean, I had a daughter in second grade at the time. She's 19 now. I have another daughter who's 32. I had just become a grandmother, and I was like, I'm not going to live. Like, I'm not going to live to see either one of them get married. And I'm not going to see it. And he grabbed me by the hand and he looked at me and he said, "Listen, He said, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to have a pity party. And he said, and you can cry, you can scream, you can hit me, you can do whatever you want to do, but you get 2 minutes. And then at that 2 minute mark, you're going to wipe the tears and you're going to be the badass woman that I married.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't even give me a chance to think about it. Like he goes, go. And I just was like, I don't know. It just all unleashed on me. And I screamed, I cried, I did it all. I just buried my head in his chest and was saying I didn't want to die. I have more to do. I have more to live, and that was really an aha moment for me. And then he said, okay, that's it. You're done. Let's do it. And then I became very process oriented in the whole thing. And, they wanted me to have a lumpectomy. And I said, nope, not having a lumpectomy. I, I don't trust a lot in
Yeah.
what these doctors say these days. And no offense, but I had to take my health into my own hands. So I opted for a double mastectomy. And when the doctor came in after the surgery, he said, wow, you must have had, futuristic, he said, because it wasn't just in one contained area, it was all in there.
Oh my
And he
gosh.
said, all the way back to your chest wall. And we would not have been able to do a lumpectomy and you would have come out like we would have had to take the whole breast.
Oh,
So me making that decision was a good decision. And I bucked the system. Like I
yeah.
had to go through insurance companies and all sorts of things to try to get them to approve it and then to do the expanders at the same time. Why do two surgeries? So it was hard. It was very hard. And I'm still not 100%
Yeah.
because it always is the gift that keeps on giving,
Yeah.
my chemo messed with my memory, and
Mm.
it was hard.
Yeah, and I mean, you make such a good point for women to trust your gut and get second, third, fourth, whatever opinions you need. I think that's so crucial that we emphasize that because I think as women, especially, we want to trust people. We believe in the best of people, and even doctors that don't mean to be wrong can be. And so I think it's fantastic that you
Yeah.
followed your gut.
Well,
And
because he told me, I said, "What would you do if it was your wife?" He goes, "Oh, I'd have the lumpectomy." And then my husband's like, "Well, I'd follow what the doctor says." And I said, "Well, you're a man, and I'm not doing it."
yes, yes. And
Nothing against men.
no, I mean, kudos to you were just talking about how great your husband was. So no, I don't think that at all. What about your cancer now? Are you free of cancer or what is the status?
I'm 12 years in remission. Actually, May 16th was my diagnosis date. June 16th was my surgery date. So coming up on 13 years.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's
Yay.
exciting.
Anita's doing some really cool things besides being cancer free. She's doing some really cool things post cancer. And so some of that includes publishing. And I don't want to give it all away. I want her to share her story. So, Anita, will you please share with us what you are doing now to help yourself, but also help other women as well?
I opened Be Healthy Weight Loss and Wellness in South Tampa. And my focus is not on weight loss because, as I said in my previous statements, that I thought I was in the best shape of my life. Oh yeah, you're 125 pounds, you look great. I finally had mastered the whole. Okay, I know how to lose the weight. I know how to exercise right. I know strength training, all of those things. But it's a silent killer inside of you. So I advocate for women. I opened Be Healthy Weight Loss and Wellness to help people get well. I'm a certified nutrition coach and I help people with their nutrition, weight loss, how they see food, because food is not the enemy. Food is actually medicine, and you can lose weight and get healthy all at the same time. I also help people who are on the GLP-1 shots
Mhm.
increase their lean mass because we don't want them to lose their lean mass, which is their muscle mass, because then they walk around looking like the Skeletors and they're not healthy. So my goal is to, break up with that bad relationship with food and be the advocate for getting healthy, whether it's weight loss, food plans, just helping with nutrition. I also have an amazing 3D body scanner, which you tried.
It's really cool.
And that helps people take the focus off the number on the scale because that's really important. You could be gaining lean mass and it shows on the scale, but you don't realize that you're losing all these inches and your fat mass is going down. It's a great tool. It also has a health tab to it, which tells you your risk of disease, which is very important. So my goal is to get people to get healthy and be healthy. I also was chosen to be in a collective called Slaying Tampa Bay. It's a group of women, and we got to publish our stories. And that is a bestseller now on Amazon. So
Woohoo!
really excited about that. And I also did another collective, which was a really more of an in-depth story. Mandy Schillis curated, and it was 5 of us, and it was a 5,000 words, and that one is called Whatever It Takes, and that's also on Amazon. So I'm super proud of those 2 things that I really put my head down and focused on my story. And now that those are out, I'm going to continue to try to help not only women, but men.
Yeah.
I have a lot of men clients too that come in and they need help losing weight and getting healthy as well.
So that's the awesome thing about being a survivor and why we do Survivor Empowered. It's because you can spread hope, spread awareness, educate people, but still show that you can survive. You can not just survive, but live. You can then take what you've been through and share it to the world and help others to do the same. And so I think it's fantastic that you're published in 2 books. They're on Amazon, so they can go all over the world. You have Be Healthy, Weight Loss and Wellness. So you are doing amazing things.
I was also a part of a group called the Affirmations Project, where we selected that to be body painted with an affirmations word. And I was in the first group ever. And my word was stronger. I had to come out of my comfort zone because, I had lost my breasts. I had reconstruction. They have slices on them and scars.
Yeah.
And it was very freeing to say, you know what? I stood there and I was like, stronger. And
Yeah.
it was really cool. It was a great experience. And they help women who are going through even domestic violence as well as cancer. And they help, they're a nonprofit. They help with a lot of things financially for women. So it's a really amazing group that I'm a part of as well. And I've made
That's
Soul
so cool.
Sisters. They're every year there's a new group and we all have the gala and we do all the
Yeah,
things. So
that's so cool. I
very
think
proud.
it's so just empowering. I would love to see more about that nonprofit. So if there was anything that you could share with somebody that's going through cancer, a word of advice or maybe a couple of words of advice to help them to just know that they're not alone, what would you tell them?
Don't make yourself small. Don't think that it's the end of the world. I do have a friend of mine right now that was just diagnosed with breast cancer. And people flock to you and people leave you. And hold on to the ones that really want to help you. And it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to feel despair because those are normal feelings. But reach out to the people that have been there and have done that and have, advice and they will help you. It's okay to
Yeah.
be vulnerable, share your story. Sometimes sharing your story actually can help somebody else know that they're not alone. And I was not shy. There are bald pictures of me all over Facebook. You can go find them. It wasn't going to beat me. And it wasn't, okay, so I have a perfectly round head. I didn't know that until I didn't have any hair. I have so many people that message me,
Yeah.
and I will take as many hours as I need to help them, talk them through it, and let them know they're not alone.
Well, Anita, I love your fiery spirit. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Please go be checked as women, especially. We are mothers, we are wives. We put everybody else in front of us, but take care of your health. Make it a priority. And if you need anybody, like Anita said, she's here for you. The Trauma Survivors Guide, we're here for you. So thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you so much for having me.